Morning all, welcome along. We're back out. Guess what? It's another WK Scrambler in the grey with the brown seat, and we are out on yet another test ride down at RB Bridge. Love this bridge for rev bombs. Right, we're going to take this one out. It is slightly horrible today, very muddy, and you can tell it's picked up a bit of dust, which means I'm going to have to clean this when I get back. So road grime is out. It's a sunny day, the roads are wet, but we're out having a little bit more fun. So same ride circuit as the last one. We're out, we're going to have a run, we're going to put 10 miles on the bike, and we are going to have a bimble, as Andy GSA Tractor would say. 5-speed box, and if you've seen the spec on this before, you know all about these WK Scramblers and how much I like them. So another test ride, crank the mileage up, get back to the garage, and lots more to do. And these WK Scramblers are selling by the bucket load. We have got 6 of these going out, and we can't get them quick enough. Really are a good bike for the money, and I haven't found anything yet that is the equivalent of this bike that rides so good. And it's not the fact that we're a WK dealer, we're also a Lexmoto dealer and a AJS dealer, but these WKs I do love, and they ride absolutely lovely. Got dual sport tyres on it, semi-knobblies, not full knobbly, but a semi-knobbly tyre. It's got some great grip and some great road holding on these, and everything is so clear to see on that little clock. Now, we was looking at a bike yesterday, and a friend of mine who works for another dealer's was showing me his Yamasaki, how to reset the clocks. It's exactly the same clock. Yes, most of the parts in China will come out the same factories, but it's how the bike's put together, and obviously when the dealer gets it in, or the distributor gets it in, how good they get them back out to you. And WK really are on the ball with their after sales. That is the one thing that you do want. Right, let's roll out in 3rd gear. We did this yesterday in 4th. Get the power on. So 1st and 2nd, you're pulling away gears. Use 4th and 5th to get around, and he's hammering it a bit. 70 mile an hour road. I wonder how fast he's going in his Audi. Okay. But a nice steady puddle around about 40 mile an hour, doing 34 at the moment. Open the throttle up, Bobby. Get a bit of power on. There we go. And it is a rush hour, which means all the cars are all out. Everybody's rushing to get to work. Time is currently 8:51, so everyone's rushing to work to get to work for 9 o'clock. Heavens to Betsy, as they say. But puddling around the corners, you can do this in 4th and 5th, nice and steady. I don't need to rush. I'm enjoying it, having a nice ride, watching the mirrors, keeping an eye on the cars behind, barreling down like loons. And it's quite nippy today as well. Should have put an extra base layer on. Oh dear, my testicles are freezing. So what's on this week? Well, load of bikes to test ride, lots happening, and a lot of services coming through. I've got a nice little Kawasaki ZX 1000 in today for a service and a set of heated grips, and he's gone for the Oxfords as well, so we should be doing those. All the bikes that I did do are all going out today as well. Happy days. So, quick barrel down the A5 like we normally do. Now, I did do the Super Sausage run on Sunday, so if you're looking for the video, there isn't one. And the reason is explained on the last video. Went and bought an Insta, went and bought a memory card for it. I bought the wrong memory card. You need a high-speed memory card. Insta cannot handle a low-resolution SD card, so you have to have the V2. My own fault, silly RB, went and bought a cheap card. I'm trying to save a bit of money. Doesn't work. You have to get the expensive SD card, which is the micro. But we tried it out last night and it worked. I left it running for an hour in the office and it worked. It recorded. So yeah, we should be using the Insta very, very shortly. Won't be using much GoPro footage now, due to the fact that a lot of people are having issues with their GoPros. So far my GoPro 10 has been alright, and I think we finally sorted out the mic problems. Hooray! And everyone was saying it was over modulating, it was cracking up, it was getting a lot of wind noise, but hopefully now we have resolved the issue. And it was just the fact that my Purple Panda mic that I've got is very, very sensitive. We've moved it up into my left-hand cheek pad, right at the top by the corner of my visor. So it picks up me and it gets less wind noise up under the front of the mast. Still get a bit of wind noise, still hear the bike. But I had it set, I always set my mics at about -15 and we've flipped around with it. I'm now running -19 dB, just to see if it would desensitize the mic a little bit, drop the dB level on it. So hopefully in the next couple of videos the audio will be spot on perfect. Hooray! It's only taken me ages to do this with a little bit of help from Peaky Biker, who's been telling me what to do, and obviously on the Filmora app you can drop wind noise as well and drop out the background volumes. So hopefully that has done the job. So 4 miles in on this at the moment, another 6 to do, won't take me very long, and then back to the garage, give it a clean, give it a wash, let it dry, give it an ACF 50 tomorrow when it's all dried off, long as the sunshine comes out and it doesn't rain again. Now, the other thing that we had, and while I'm waffling along like I always do, is we had a CB Hornet in, 600 Hornet, did the MOT on it, and he said my ABS light won't go off. I had a disc lock in the front wheel, alright, and I went and got on the bike and rode it, and it came back and smacked the sensor. So I managed to get hold of another sensor, check the mirror, check the shoulder, and there we go, slip road coming in from the left. Anyway, yeah, as his disc lock come round, it banged the sensor. What it had also done was knock the bracket and put the bracket out of alignment, so when we put the sensor in, the ABS sensor wasn't picking up the pickup ring. There was about a 10mm gap in there, so we've had to bend the bracket back slightly, and it now works. Put the bike back together today and we'll take it out for a test run and make sure the ABS light goes off. But we were scoping that yesterday and no signal. Should be a square wave signal because it's a hall sensor. But job done. Hopefully we have resolved that one. My Virago is finished. We've got that one done as well. The 1100 Virago can go out to its owner, and we've also sorted out the old 125 Marauder. We sorted that one out for him as well. So happy days, all good, and the bike can go. Cranking up the miles, we are now 5 miles in, hill climb, back down to the garage, job done. And then obviously final test ride on the day of handover. We've got one Scrambler going today, and the video went up this morning, so that's Phillips. So he's coming at 12:30 to pick up his bike. The back brake is good, dual braking on these, and we always say dry day, wet day. That's how you remember your brakes. Don't go using your front brake on a wet day unless you're in a straight line. You need a little bit of extra braking, but don't go grabbing handfuls of front brake. And a lot of people say, yes, but what if my bike decides to sort of lean out in the corner? The worst thing you can do is grab your front brake while you're in the corner, or the front wheel slips, because all that's going to do is wash your front end out. The trick, counter steer and throttle. Just give it a little bit more counter steer, give it some throttle, stand the bike up. If you're in a corner and you hit the throttle, it will stand the bike up. So, but if you counter steer a little bit, it will get you through that corner and your front end will not wash out. Now, I tend to grab the front brake in corners, and it's a thing called trail braking. It's a very bad track habit. But trail braking is only if you're experienced enough to know how to do it. And I tend to, with the GTR, drag the rear end going into corners. I tend to drag on the back brake, get a bit of slide on the rear. I like sliding my bike about, and I like individual controls. On the dual brake bike, you can't do that on the back end because it will brake on both. Unlike the BM 1250s, if you brake in a corner, the sensors will all go off and it will pick up and find the best braking point for you, even if you bought a handful of rear or front brake. Very clever BMW. New BMW 1300 looks absolutely disgusting, do not like it. I will wait for the 1400 to come out. And maybe this Sunday we might be out on the Harley. We don't know yet, depends on the weather. Big lorry's coming up the outside. Is he going to get past me? I'm doing 42, he's coming past. And this is the bit where the little pass light to the left-hand handlebar will work well. Let me give him a little flash in. No, he's sitting out. No, he's coming in. There you go, buddy. So we're going to come off here, down the other side and back down to the garage, and we will have cranked up the right amount of mileage. Happy days. Now, on to a sad subject. There is a memorial ride happening Saturday at Super Sausage. Unfortunately, I am working, so I won't be able to make it, but I have said to the boys, send my respects and my condolences. And it's for yet another fallen biker. That is on my page on my Facebook, and it's also on my TikTok. So jump on that, have a look. I'm not going to go into it in detail. Obviously I did know the guy, but there's far too many young riders losing their lives, and most of them are really good riders. It's idiots, darn car drivers that are causing the issue. The standards of driving at the moment are absolutely atrocious. Really is disgusting levels of driving today. Everybody's on their mobile phones, everybody's too busy checking their social media all the time while they're driving. And if you're going to do your Facebook, wait till you get home, for God's sake. Don't go doing it while you're driving or sitting at the traffic lights. The amount of cars that we see on camera, and watching him behind. Yeah, go round. I'm occupying lane 2, mate. Go round. We've got plenty of room. Oh, look. No rear window. So the amount of car drivers that just haven't got a clue how to drive at the moment, and you get your license, that's it. You don't do any further testing. I tend to go out and ride with a DAS instructor, normally twice a year, just to keep an eye on my driving skills. And I do a lot of ROSPA, I do a lot of IAM, I do the bike down courses, the bike safe courses, and I do them every year. And they go, yeah, but you came last year, you know it all. Yes, I do, but you can never get enough experience riding the bike. There's always someone that's going to go, oh, have you tried this, have you tried that? And the one guy that I do get a lot of advice off is Peaky Biker. Now Peaky is a very fast, very good track rider who rides a BM 1250, but he is very clever at riding. And the amount of times he said to me, oh, try this, oh, that'll help you, try this one. And it does. That's what he's got, one of those. We call them Me Too's because everyone's like, oh, is that a BMW? No, I've got one. Yeah, Me Too. Hence the BMW has got the nickname Me Too. But as I always say, ask your fellow bike riders, how do you go into corners? How do you do this? How do you do that? You will pick up a lot of experience and knowledge by asking other bikers. And it's a very, very good thing to do. But we are heading back to the garage now. A cup of coffee awaits me. Bex said to me this morning, do you want your cup of coffee? No, I'll have it when I come back off the test ride. That's it, Mr. BM, you give her... See what I mean? Levels of driving, didn't even check over his shoulder. And decides to cut up the biker. Think once, or look once, look twice, think bike. 2 shoulder checks, please, people. The amount of car drivers that do not shoulder check. Oh, I'll just look in my mirror, there's nothing behind me. It could be in your blind spot, mate. Use your shoulders. I do tend to have a look around when I'm in the car and do a lot of shoulder checks. I never ever trust mirrors. That's what I always say. You see me do this, but then you'll always see me do a little bit of that over the shoulder. And those people say, when you ride, you're like Churchill, the nodding dog. Probably am. Right, we're back to the garage anyway. If you enjoyed the video, let us know. Let us know what you think of the WK Scramblers. Let us know what you're doing this week. If you are doing the memorial ride, then all the guys are going to be there up there. YZF Rider's going to be there. Clarky R1, S1KR Rider, probably the original ZZR Rider and all that lot. Pips Jixer. All the boys from TikTok are going to be there. All our bloggers are going to be there. Unfortunately, I do have to work, guys, so Saturday is my busiest day. I would love to get out on that, but I haven't got any more holiday days left for at least another month or so, because I've spent them all. But hopefully it's a good ride for his final ride. But check that out on my Facebook and check it out. I did put a post on TikTok as well, and I think it's up on my Instagram reels. If you can make it, go and support a fella fallen brother, please, and pay your last respects. As I say, we're all brothers and sisters out there. Like, share, comment, subscribe, leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. And until the next time, guys, when we are out riding from RB, be well, ride safe, enjoy the week, and it's a big goodbye from me.